Hi, Scorpio Ascendant people. According to the Western tropical zodiac, not Jyotish, not Vedic. How's that for an introduction? My name is Abhi Katyal, and I wanted to do a summary related to the August 11th new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo, which is happening a couple of days from now, specific to you and which areas of the chart it impacts you. This is not a comprehensive reading of a Scorpio Ascendant chart. It's specific to the eclipses that have been occurring on the Leo Aquarius axis, and it's really specific to the Leo eclipses because that's what we're dealing with in a couple of days' time on August the 11th. You will hear an ice cream truck on the soundtrack. You have a soundtrack for you of an ice cream truck in the neighborhood. I have closed all the windows. I am determined to do this today. So you have some music playing in the background. And why not? There's so much good stuff going on, generally speaking, in Scorpio Ascendant charts. It is a new moon solar eclipse, so that means that the time leading up to the new moon, the next 24 to 48 hours, is going to feel a little bit of a flat line. But I do want you to be thinking about and paying attention to events that may have occurred this week. And by events, I mean little signs and little signals and little opportunities dropping. And even around the days of the new moon, tomorrow, the 10th, the 11th, it's really the new moon solar eclipse is happening Pacific Coast time on the night of the 10th, early morning of the 11th. So certainly by the time we get to August 11th morning here on the west coast of the United States, the new moon partial solar eclipse will have occurred, and we should start to feel a bit of an influx of energy, which happens with every new moon, especially over the next 48 hours then, even though it's going to be going into the weekend. And I say that only because for you, these eclipses are really happening in the house of career. And so it may be that things emerge or come to you over the weekend, or certain opportunities start to, but let me talk about timing for a second. With eclipses, August 11th eclipse, partial solar eclipse, I will often look to 2 months after that, October the 11th, for any markers or signs or signals. Both August the 11th is an important date and October the 11th is an important date. So October the 11th, the week before, the week after, look at events that are happening at that time as well, but certainly between this time frame. The other thing to note is that we have a new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo on August the 11th, and then we've got a lunar eclipse in Leo on January the 21st, 2019. So that is its own discrete timeline as well. A lot of general information about the eclipse has been put in the general video that is in this playlist. So far I've only got the Capricorn Ascendant stuff done. I'm moving on to you guys. But the eclipses happen in pairs. You have the Leo eclipses occurring and the Aquarius eclipses occurring. We had a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius just barely a couple of weeks ago on July the 27th. And now here we have our new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo. The eclipses are happening for you on the polarity of career and home and family. Home and family does not necessarily mean spouse. It does not necessarily mean children. It could have to do with residence. It could have to do with where you're living or where you're working. It could have to do with residential properties or office property. It could have to do with property and land and real estate. But it could have to do with the mother. It could have to do with early childhood properties, legacies, psychological issues inherited through the early childhood. But I would say there's something about home and family feeling and nurture and your place of belonging in home and family. And then right opposite that, of course, so it's the most private part of your chart. Then right opposite that, where the sign of Leo is in your chart, is the most public part of your chart, your career, your reputation, your calling, not just your job, your sense of why are you here professionally, and where do you want to, and how do you want to seek the greatest acclaim and fame and popularity or notoriety, depending on what it is that you're trying to do. And so the question from a career perspective becomes that since December 2016, dates that are important are December the 9th, 2016 to February the 9th, 2017, and then July the 21st of 2017 to October the 21st of 2017, and then end of November, November the 30th of 2017 to January the 31st of 2018. And here we go. Now we start with the next cycle from August the 11th to October the 11th. And so the question with all this time, even broadly speaking, if you can always rewind this and jot the dates down and think about things that may have happened there, signs. This is the last of the eclipses, the last eclipse cycle between August the 11th solar eclipse and the January 21st, 2019 lunar eclipse in the sign of Leo in your career house. And so the question becomes, what exactly has been going on for you career-wise? And the career eclipses that you're experiencing are the experiences to lean into, consolidate your career, greater stabilization as far as career is concerned, ideas, opportunities. And so this is the last cycle of opportunities in a certain sense as far as the eclipses are concerned. It's not the last set of items that are going to happen from a career perspective. It is getting dark. I don't even know how much of this you're going to be able to see. I'm going to finish it nevertheless. So even if I become dark and hazy, just listen to it. So the question for me becomes, as you guys go through this particular eclipse cycle, whatever it is that you've needed to release from a home and family perspective, and that doesn't mean that your home and family you have to walk out of your home and family. There's been something there that needs to be released, and often when it comes to releasing things, sometimes it can be an object or a relationship or property, or something to do with the relationship with the mother or early childhood or something along those lines. But sometimes it has to do with mental baggage and emotional baggage that you're holding with regard to your own place in your home and family and your own self-esteem issues and your own. You don't be surprised with eclipses of release. And I'm going to spend more time on that. When I get time to do the video for the July 27th lunar eclipse for you guys, I will spend more time on this. But from a career perspective, let's go back to the August 11th new moon partial solar eclipse in your house of career. The eclipse, the last eclipse for another 17 odd years. Reflect on what exactly has happened since December 2016 from a career perspective. Have things stabilized? What opportunities have come your way? What ideas have been coming your way? And try and see and understand if you don't have time over the next 6 months to both pay attention to other opportunities that may be coming your way along the similar vein, or not even necessarily. It's the last hurrah in this house for the next 6 months. And there's a handoff of energies too, because we had another eclipse in Cancer, the first of the Cancer eclipses. The eclipses are moving from Leo Aquarius to Cancer Capricorn. So the second half of the year, while you're dealing with the final eclipse in the career house, we're also doing a handoff to the next set of eclipses that for you really happen in an interesting part of your chart that have to do with long distance travel, but your goals, your vision for yourself. People will often put hopes and wishes in the 11th house, but I find that people's sense of vision and their sense of goal and the sense of rightness for who they are, more often than not, I find it in the 9th house. So I've got to say it. And so the Leo eclipse is going to move into the Cancer eclipse, and we've already had one of these eclipses on July the 12th, the first of these eclipses that are going to carry us now into 2020, and more on that in a separate video. But with this August 11th eclipse, first and foremost, watch for things that come from the outside to you, and also other opportunities between now and October 11th. Again, and this may intensify again between the end of November the 21st and January the 21st. November 21st of this year, January 21st of next year. So do watch for all that, and watch for, sorry, my cat just came by and she just sat down right next to me. She's happy for you in your career-related endeavors. Watch for things that come from the outside, but also watch for what it is that you want to intend. And do the next 6 months give you an opportunity to start to put certain things in place that have been percolating? So if there's been a certain amount of stability or ideas that you've had from a career perspective and a work perspective, can that continue to be strengthened and stabilized over the next 6 months in some way? And are there ideas and opportunities that you've either been having or that have been percolating that you're ready to act on? It could be that the time to really move forward on stuff doesn't emerge till at least the beginning of September, maybe after September the 11th. Mercury is retrograde at the time of the eclipse. You may be There may be opportunities from last year that come back around. You may be rethinking, reevaluating plans. You thought you were going to move forward in a certain direction, and now you just feel like, well, let me think about this. Maybe I need to reprioritize. Maybe I need to revise my plan. By all means, do it. If you find yourself hitting the pause button right now, even though we have a new moon partial solar eclipse, right now, by right now I mean till the 18th of August, not that long, maybe till the 22nd or 24th, while Mercury is going retrograde. It's going to stop around August 18th, and then it's going to start to move forward. Why did I do this video at dusk? So even if you have inspirations and ideas, just give the new moon partial solar eclipse a week and a half, and use this time, unless you have, he or she agrees, unless you have Mercury retrograde in your birth chart, use this time to revise, rethink anything career related that may have been in revision space anyway since the end of July. So be patient and just see where this final stretch of career-related stabilization or ideas take you. When it comes to eclipses, the changes can be interesting, unpredictable, creative, not like anything you could have imagined. So I may be talking about, oh my God, thanks for your support, dude, whoever you are, or dudette. So I may be talking about stabilization, but someone could get laid off. Someone could get a new job. Someone could choose to get a new job. I don't know, just what has been going on in your career and what has been going on in your home and family life, or, find that balance. And they go hand in hand. Whatever it is that needs to be released in a home and family and residence and mother and sector, it goes hand in hand with whatever it is that's happening from a career perspective. The release of one allows you to lean into the other. And do not take this too literally. It doesn't mean that you have to walk out of your home in order to have a career. For some of you, this could be the case. But especially from a home and family perspective, if things have, since February the 15th of this year till July the 27th of this year, but particularly accelerating from May the 27th of this year, if you've been dealing with some family-related issues, know that those are going to continue to kind of need your attention, maybe in September, till September and October too. So, but use the August 11th eclipse and pay attention to what starts to come to you now for the next 2 months, even the next 6 months. With regard to your career. You have other influences that are there in your chart that are supporting you from a career and career identity perspective. So in many respects, I don't want to go into them here right now. So in many respects, this could be a very, very important time. Certainly when it comes to home and family and career, those are important sectors of our chart. Okay, I will leave it at this. As I said, this is just covering the eclipses that have been happening since December 2016 and are going to continue till January the 21st of 2019. So we're in the last leg of them. And there could be other factors, etc., in your chart as well. As I do more of these videos, I'll cover those. And my contact information is going to be right underneath in the description of this. If you want to contact me, consult me, you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. You're welcome to pursue any and all of those options. By all means, subscribe to my channel, like videos, view other videos. I've got videos out there for the last couple of eclipses as well, and also general updates. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will be back for more. Thanks. Take care. Happy new moon, happy eclipse. Is there such a thing as a happy eclipse? If there is, you guys will stand a good chance of experiencing them. All right, take care.